City building games usually live or die by how deep, beautiful, and addictive they are. Anno 1800 has just landed on Xbox Game Pass, and it's bringing the full base game along with all major free updates and quality of life improvements released over the years. But in 2025, does this industrial age strategy game still hold up, or has time turned it into a slow, overwhelming mess? Let's start with the good stuff, and there's a lot that players are still loving in 2025. One of the biggest reasons people are diving into Anno 1800 today is its depth. The game gives you complex production chains, trade routes, and city layouts to plan. And when you figure out how to balance everything, it feels amazing. You'll start by farming potatoes, but soon you'll be running steel factories, shipyards, fur coat workshops, and even electricity plants. Players say the sense of progression, seeing your tiny village turn into a smoking industrial city, is one of the most satisfying things in the game. Even years later, Anno 1800 looks stunning. The cities feel alive with workers moving around, ships sailing in and out of the harbour, and buildings transforming as you level up. On console, everything runs smoothly, and the level of detail really pulls you in. You can zoom all the way down and just watch your people go about their day. A lot of players mention how immersive it is. Just watching the wheat fields wave or the factory smoke puffing into the sky gives the game this grounded, lived-in feeling. City builders often feel cluttered on a controller, but Anno 1800 actually handles really well. The interface has been reworked to fit console players, and it's one of the cleanest in the genre. You get helpful overlays that show supply chains, resource needs, and efficiency levels without having to dig too deep. Planning out your city feels smart and smooth, especially with tools that let you move buildings around instead of destroying and rebuilding them. This game knows how to hook you in. Once you understand the basics, it becomes really hard to stop. There's always one more upgrade to make, one more trade route to fix, one more factory to add. And with new tiers of citizens unlocking more goods and services, there's always something to work toward. Players say it's one of those games where hours can disappear without you noticing, and that's a good sign for strategy fans. The version available through Game Pass includes a lot of content. From updated balancing to patches and new features, you're getting a robust experience even without all the paid DLC. It's not just a base game. It's packed and polished, and you'll easily get dozens of hours out of it. But not everything is perfect. There are a few things players don't enjoy as much, even in 2025. The learning curve is steep is one of the biggest complaints. If you're new to city builders or strategy games, Anno 1800 can feel overwhelming fast. There's a lot to keep track of: supply chains, citizen happiness, trade, pollution, and diplomacy. And the game doesn't do a great job of explaining everything. You'll probably make a bunch of mistakes in your first run. Players say it can be frustrating to figure out what's going wrong when your economy crashes or your citizens suddenly riot. The feedback isn't always clear, and trial and error is often the only way to learn. Another common dislike is that Anno 1800, while beautiful, can feel very mechanical. Under all the nice graphics is a lot of number crunching. You're balancing input and output, calculating ratios, and making sure one factory isn't overproducing while another is starved. Some players find this dry, especially if you're looking for a more laid-back or story-rich experience. If you're not into managing every little piece of a supply chain, it can start to feel like a beautiful spreadsheet simulator. This is a game that demands your full attention. If you only have 30 minutes to play, you probably won't get much done. And once you get into the later stages, things can slow down a lot. You might spend a long time just tweaking systems or waiting for resources to build up. For some players, this feels relaxing. For others, it becomes a grind, especially if you're trying to unlock everything or expand to multiple islands. The game can start to drag. If you're expecting a strong story-driven experience, you might be disappointed. The campaign mode exists, but most players find it either boring or annoying. It doesn't teach the game well, and the characters aren't very interesting. Most people recommend skipping the story and going straight to sandbox or custom games. As your cities grow larger, the game can start to push the console's limits. While performance is generally good on Xbox Series X and S, some players report frame rate dips or lag when their empire gets huge. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to watch out for, especially if you're playing on older hardware. So, is Anno 1800 worth playing on Xbox Game Pass in 2025? If you love deep strategy games, slow city builders, and managing every little piece of your empire, then yes, this game is absolutely worth your time. It offers one of the richest and most detailed management systems available on console right now. The visuals are still impressive, the gameplay is highly rewarding, and there's a ton of value packed into the Game Pass version. But if you prefer more casual or fast-paced games, or if you don't enjoy micromanaging numbers and chains of production, then this one might feel like too much work. And if you're brand new to this genre, be ready for a learning curve that doesn't hold your hand. And if you're into strategy games and want to see how another big one holds up in 2025, Age of Empires 4 might be worth a look. Want to know if it's still worth playing this year? Just click the link and check out the full review.